I'm pretty sure it's called damping off, when your seed stalks just stop supporting the plant and they just apparently die. Now, some of you are going to ask, have you done anything with your hydroponic setup since the last time you complained about it, Lorrie? And the answer is no, I have not, because these two little tomatoes over here, these are my little micro dwarf tomatoes from Gale. They were doing pretty good. Now they're starting to look a little bit rough as well. So it is time to rip this thing apart, give it a good clean, and find out why it's just killing all my plants and nothing is growing. So let's dig into it.
Welcome to Lorrie's world, where the garden grows tall. Hydroponics and heirlooms answering nature's call. From crafting up projects to fluid art pours so bright, she's stirring up dinner under starry camping lights.
So my water, I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. My water looks fine. It's not slimy or anything. My fan does have some gunk on it. But I'm going to test my pump, turn it on and see it's working properly. Yeah, so it is. Those should have, those are 89 days old. Those have been planted for almost 3 months, and that's as big as they are. So, after racking my brain for a little while and racking my husband's brain for a little while, and looking at these sponges, particularly when I took that tomato and that cannabis plant out, they had little teeny tiny roots sticking out right about here. I don't know if you saw it. Sorry, it wasn't a very good video. I was trying my new headgear and it didn't really work. But anyway, yeah, and so I'm trying an experiment now. So what I have done is I cut them. So this is the one from the top, and so it's not buried in the water, and I believe I see some sprouting down there. It's hard to tell. Now these, and Dave says they probably won't come out, and I probably agree with him, but these were the different pieces, and I just cut them and split them down the middle and stuck a seed in there, and that's underwater. So I don't know if that will come up. I think this is the only one I have right now that is the seed is actually sitting above the water. The rest of them are all quite low. So I might actually see what I can do about pulling those up a little bit. I might play with that a little bit. If I figure anything out, I'll show you guys. I am going to I've got a few more of these here, and I'm going to take a few more and cut them, you know, at about here, which is kind of just at the bottom of that little hole, and plant seeds in them and hope that something will grow out of them. But yeah, these pods, they're not that hard to rip apart, but if you're a little tiny root trying to get through there, it's really dense. And so I don't know if anybody else has had that kind of issue with their hydroponic setups. I'd be interested in hearing if anybody has experienced something similar. Anyway, I'm going to cut that off, cut that about in half, and plant some seeds in these last few holes I got going on here, and I'll keep you posted. I got some tips from some friends on how to be able to use my pods so I don't have to just throw them all away. But for now, I have just made tubes out of some paper towel, and I put a seed on top, and I put a cover over the seed, and I will put a cover over it and a dome. And we will see what happens. Fingers crossed. My paper towel experiment did not work. My seeds didn't sprout and they just turned into these slimy, icky things. So now I'm going to try the trick. A couple of people just told me to poke bigger, deeper holes into those pods that I got. So I'm going to try that next. And once again, I'll let you know what happens. So I did poke the deeper holes in the pods and I planted them. And so far, so good. Now I've had starts like this happen before, and shortly after this is when they have started to die off. Usually before they start getting a proper leaf, and you can see that one is starting to get a proper leaf, so that's kind of a good sign. I'm due to put out my video for survival seeds today, so this will be the last update on my hydroponic system. But look forward to more in August, and I'll show you if these actually grow and if poking the deeper holes in them makes a difference. So fingers crossed. So my survival seeds garden hasn't been doing much. However, when we get into grow what you eat, you can see that I have seeds surviving. So I have some corn that the birds have dropped out here. And let's see, I have some more corn over here. I have some more corn growing right here that the birds have planted for me. And then over here, I have some beautiful sunflowers. And again, I'm pretty sure the birds planted those for me, but I need to see if I can move them. Because if I can, I will. And if I can't, I will probably lose them because we're going to be having someone in to level out this backyard. Not my humps of bark. We'll still deal with that. But this whole center area of the yard is going to get leveled out because this is where the greenhouse is going to go. And, you know, Dave and I are old. We don't have anything to haul this stuff away with. And we've been working our asses off just getting stuff as far as it is now, but occasionally we need some help. We need to bring some people in with a big truck and some equipment and get them to move some earth for us. Isn't that right, honey? Whatever. Because Dave doesn't want to do it for the rest of his life.
Which might be short.
And now look at what we found today, or what Dave found today. So we're thinking that it's a big cement slab. And we think they used it for a fire pit. It does have some cement around it. I'm trying to convince Dave to not rip it apart and to leave it there, and we can put our fire pit here. Because we want a fire pit.
Yeah,
and this is his...
needs something place to burn.
That's right. The pyro needs some place to burn.
We're going to bark everything and then we're going to light fire.
We're not going to bark the fire pit. But yeah, I mean, we're pretty sure that's what that cement slab was for. They found some charcoal on top of it.
But it's kind of weird the way they got it.
But it's kind of weird. Why is it weird, honey?
Well, these are all... That's broken off cement for some reason, and it's all around the edges. It's not solid. They're just...
Now, did you chip that off, or?
I don't know for sure. It didn't come off the round thing.
Okay.
The round piece.
Well, maybe they just had some extras and they just filled it in underneath the brick, because they had these bricks and rocks and stuff were in a circle around it. That's what Dave dug out, and that's when he found the big slab.
That's why the only thing I can figure is they use those to keep it level or raise it up above the ground.
Yeah, but anyway, so this apparently is going to be where our fire pit goes.
Yeah, right next to that lovely fence.
Right next to that lovely fence.
I hope we got good fire insurance.
Right, we do.
Oh, we do. Okay.
We do, honey. We have good fire insurance. But, yeah. I don't know. Well, we can't move that slab to put it somewhere else, so... That ain't happening.
I don't know how you'd have to get some kind of a... I don't know how you'd lift that.
Yeah.
besides getting a bobcat in here with a loader
Mm,
and stuff, and then they'd have to scoop it up.
yeah.
But
I think we should leave it where it is
hopefully it ain't something underneath.
and use it for a fire pit.
Well,
You know, build up around it and then throw in some lava rock so it's got a couple layers of that to give air circulation and call it good. Doesn't that sound marvelous, honey?
right next to the sawdust pile.
Well, we won't start fires while the sawdust pile is there. We're moving the pile, remember?
Nobody's ever seen Lorrie work fires before.
Lorrie's a good pyro.
Yes, that's right. A good pyro.
And then when you go through here, look, I have more corn. More corn there. Another piece of corn here. Oh, where is it? The heck is my camera and why isn't it finding that corn? Oh, it's right there. We got another piece of corn here. We got some more little pieces of corn here. We got another little piece of corn here. And where, oh, I saw some more sunflowers over here. These ones are looking in a little bit of rough shape. Something's been eating at them, but sunflowers. And then look at the berries coming up all over. Berries and ferns. And I know y'all have heard me bemoaning the fact that my poor survival seeds garden is not doing much of anything this year because I just don't get the heat out here. My nights are still sometimes in the 40s. I rarely get nights in the 50s. You know, they're between 47 and 49 usually. Once in a while they'll stay over 50. But as you know, peppers, my poor sweet little peppers, they do not like the cold night weather. And the same with the tomatoes. I mean, they're doing a little bit better, but the cucumbers back there, they're doing horrible too because, again, the 40 degree, 48, 49 degree weather at night just is not conducive for growing a lot of the plants that I like to grow. Now, the mint and the herbs, they're doing fantastic. So this will eventually become my herb garden only. And I won't be trying to grow tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers back here. It'll strictly be mint and different herbs and stuff. So, but oh my gosh, y'all, you're not gonna believe it. I don't believe it. Look at this. I have a tomato. Oh my goodness, I have 2 tomatoes. I am so excited. Is there another one? Look, there's another one over here. Oh my goodness, I have got tomatoes. Now we'll just see if they ripen. Thanks so much for watching all the way through on my Survival Seeds 2026 and my Grow What You Eat 2026 collaborations. I appreciate you coming and hanging out with me, and I guess that's it for today. Like, share, subscribe, all that jazz. Take very good care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye now.